welcome everybody to the Crochet Crowd. My name is Michael and I'm here in the nice cool morning here in November of 2010. I'm in Daniel's little garden and everything is now ready for the winter. We've had a little bit of snow but nothing to worry about at this point. You can see my breath and it is going to cool off from here on in. So it's now time to think about your accessories and what is in your closet for 2010-2011 winter. It's going to be a long one, so why not kind of just spruce up your wardrobe with using the little green looms that we'll show you inside at the studio. Today I'm wearing my little scarf, and this is a fabulous scarf. Some people call it a centipede scarf, some call it a shag. I'm thinking it looks to me like a huge duster. It looks to Daniel like it was a shag rug. So I'm thinking that maybe it's my Shagadelic scarf. I'm not sure. I got to come up with a name for this bad boy before I put it on air. But this is extremely easy. I did this entire scarf here in about 2.5 hours. I know it's hard to imagine, but it's so fabulous. And so what we've done in the green looms is that we have a solid interior, just like so, and then we have tassels on either side, just like so. So it's really fabulous. And what I did is that I used 2 pieces of yarn at the same time to give it some thickness. So if it's actually wrapped around my neck, just like so, it actually will keep you slightly warm, but I wouldn't say that go out in -40 weather because you know your nose hairs freeze as it is. So this is a wonderful scarf. So let's go on into the studio and learn how to make this Shagadelic centipede shag rug duster scarf. In today's tutorial we're going to work on making this Shagadelic centipede butterfly kind of idea scarf, and all we are is we're actually knitting only 6 erit pegs, so it's going to be a 3 on one side and 3 on the other, and then we're going to have these tassels coming off. So let's get started everybody, and what I'm going to use today is that you should really think about using 2 strings at one time. Get your styler pen out, and if you don't have one you can either make one or you can get these from Lori Mueller in Alberta. They're only $5, and so if you're going to make one, we have a video on how to make your own, but you want it so that your styler pen will just go in between all of the pegs really easily. So let's get started on today's tutorial, and let's load it up and let's get started. To get started, all we need to do is create a slip knot. So run over your hand twice, and now take the back, this is the back of your hand, the back over the forward part, and now this is the new back one, and just push up and over and you have your first slip knot, just like so. So very simple. So you have 12 pegs on this green bad boy. We're only going to use 3, so you're going to have 5 left over on one side and 4 left over on the other. It really truly, I don't think it matters that much. So just count over, so 1 2 3 4, so go to the 5th, and I'm just going to go to the top. It doesn't matter which side that you start on, it's going to be whatever's easier. But if I'm finding that I'm not ending in the right place, I might actually turn my loom around, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So we want to go to the 3, so these are going to be my 3, and so this side will be the one with 4 left on it. So let's move our styler up everybody, and I'm going to move it up, and we're just going to come straight down, and this is called the twist knit stitch. Okay, so I'm using my straggler as well in a position, and I want to just make sure I nail that at the same time, so just coming in around, so in the bottom, and now we're going to jump up over top of the very next one available. Okay, let's pull my straggler a little tighter, and now I'm going to let my straggler fall down, because I'm only just going to do it into one position and nail it to hold it in, and now I'm going to come straight down and come around. So you can see there, if I twist it up more, that you're getting a twisted knit stitch, and now I'm coming up over, and then I'm coming down. Okay, and just like so. So there is one rotation, that is your casting on, that's half of your casting on. Now let's just push down, just like see, and so now let's go up here, and this is the only rotation where you're going to come straight across when you finish one, so straight across. Okay, so now this one has 2 wraps on it, this one does not, so we have to come back. Okay, and we've got to make sure it twists over. Okay, so we just wrap it around the next one as we're twisting over. Okay, and so now what we're going to just do is hold. So what I'm going to do for tutorial reasons today is that I'm going to turn my loom around the other way. I would if I was not on camera, and so I always want to finish on the one side here. So I'm just going to let my styler fall off, and now this is the very last peg that I wrapped right here. So I'm going to just take the bottom section and throw it over the top, just like so. Okay, and you will, I have turned it around so you'll have the part of the straggler with that as well. And so you just move down the pegs. So, okay. And this is a fancy eyelash yarn. I think if you're going to do something like this, you should kind of ramp up your yarn a bit. And then we're going to do this side. So just taking the bottom over the top. So how do you do the tassels? Well, that's going to be your next step. So let's push down, everybody, and we're going to begin now to do it as if we're doing the entire thing. So this is how easy it is. We're going to come straight down. Okay, we're going to come up and we're going to rewrap the top one, and we're going to twist our way down. But what we're going to do now is that we're going to twist this one here. Okay, but normally we would just jump across, but we're not. We're just going to go all the way around the loom and then come back in, twist, and down. See that? So now this is the last one I wrapped, so let's take the bottom over the top. Okay, so now that's in position, so I can let that go safely, and now just go do the rest. Okay, so let's twist this back up. This little jig that I made is really fabulous, by the way, and it was only, you know, just spare wood that was lying around in my basement. This is a straggler. I'm just going to let that just stay in the middle. Okay. And taking the bottom over the top. So now let's go back the other way. So with this configuration, remember I just said in the before, it's the only time you're going to go straight down. Well, because you're ending on this side of the peg, which is very unusual, usually you're on the other side, we have to begin to twist and come across down here. So we don't go straight across like we normally would, and then come back up and twist again. And now we're on the last peg, but we don't want to just jump up to the top one. We want to wrap this and then come all the way around and then come in and wrap it and down. So this is the last one that we've wrapped. Okay, so let's go along the whole thing and toss them all over. Let's do the other side. Like so. So now what you need to do, everybody, before you go any further, take these off and let them fall safely in between, and take these off. So you could take those off every rotation or every time you do it, but why? Just save it to one step. So okay, so we're actually on the wrong side of the peg compared to what we normally are, so we automatically just want to come over, so it's twisting over and then twist back, and now we're back here again. So we twist around and then come all the way around, and now come in and do this one. Okay, so let's knit. So once you get into it, takes a little bit of practice kind of getting that section in there, because what we're doing is kind of abnormal in comparison to what we've done in the past. Okay, so you push that down, and again we come diagonally down, okay, instead of straight. Coming around, we rewrap that one and we twist. Okay, and then we're on this one here. We don't want to just jump across, we want to come all the way around, wrap, and down. Now what happens if you were to do that manually wrapping this instead? The styler pen makes this go so much faster. I did my entire scarf, I swear to God, in 2.5 hours. And it has everything to do with the styler. So now that you got kind of like your butterflies on there, let's take this off. Let's take this one off, let it safely fall in between. Fall in between. Okay, and now let's do it again. So we're gonna wrap. Okay. Wrap, 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 and then all the way around, and then do this side. So on the actual one that you've seen in the starting the video, there was only 2 colors. This one actually has 3. I decided to use the 2 eyelash yarns and a solid color of the green. to do it. And the only reason for that is that I had it left over from another project that was already pre-wrapped in one ball, just like so. Okay, so let's do the other side. So down, up, down, up, down. Okay, all the way around, and do this side. And down. So the only reason why I'm pulling it down and kind of holding it down is that you want the tension to still be on there. And again, you can do this on your lap. It's harder on a table because the material grows so fast that eventually it doesn't want to sit flat on the table, so it's very difficult to do. So now that you've done both sides of it again, just release and let it safely fall. Again, so wrap, so we came down diagonally, wrap, 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 all the way around, and wrap. Okay, that's the last one, so we just want to secure that one. Okay, and on this side. Okay, and then down, wrap, down, and then all the way around and wrap. So let's, we're just going to finish this area off, and then we're going to learn how to cast off. So let's do that. I don't want an entire scarf of this. I don't have enough yarn. I actually really like it, but I don't have enough yarn. So look how much that has grown just in this tutorial of just a few minutes that I've been on with you. So you can see how fast this project will grow, and this material that I'm using is extremely soft. So let's learn how to cast off. Okay, to cast off, we're just going to release the ends again, just like so, so that it falls safely down. So this is a normal casting off method, and so what we do is we come down, and so now I'm no longer going to use the straggler, I'm going to use it by hand. We're going to come down and then around, and what we're going to do is make sure I'm not blocking the view. So we're just going to push up and over. We're now going to pick that one up and move it to the starting one. We're now going to then take the starting one and push it up over. Are you getting all that? And now we're just going to pick it up and move down to the next one. So just pick this whole bad boy up and go down to the next one. Okay, so let's knit this side. So knit, so you just come around. I push the material around and take the bottom over the top. We now take that one that's left on there, we take it to the starting one. Okay, and now we take the bottom up and over. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So we're going to wrap it, let's knit it. Okay, so we're going to take that one, come back over here. We're going to take the bottom over the top, and now we just got one more left. So let's knit this one, so up and over. Okay, so up and over. We're going to take that one, push it onto here. Now take that one and push it up. And now we're just left with one little one here. So what we're going to just do now is just safely take it off, like so. Okay. And now this is from your material, so you can safely cut it with your fancy dancy scissors and just kind of pull up on it gently. Okay. And now what you just need to do now is just to be able to maybe just grab a crochet hook. These hooks are not really good for grabbing material and kind of pulling it through, but my crochet hook is on the other side of the table, which you can't reach. So what you want to just do is then weave in this edge to the material so you can't see it, and then voila, you will have a complete scarf in a matter of probably 2.5 hours, and depending on your material choices. So have fun with your colors and really liven up your winter today with something really fun like this. So see you later, everybody, and enjoy.